Hello, it's the Way Show. My name is Wole. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful Sunday evening where we're broadcasting live from the city of London. And if you're watching us wherever you are today, just let you know that you've got an opportunity to win some wonderful, wonderful gifts today. Okay, so we've got tickets to give away, we've got cash prizes to give away. All you have to do is just to stay tuned. Okay, at some point we'll have something scrolling at the bottom of the screen, so it will just let you know what you need to do. Okay, so today I've got two people with me. We're just going to be discussing Nollywood today. Nollywood movies, entertainment, and especially a movie coming up on July the 9th. Okay, all over Nigeria. Movie is called Hustle. All right. So I've got today film producer and director Marc Adebesin, and of course Omowunmi Olunloyo. They are the partners, so to say, the film director, film producers, executive producers, and whatever you want to call them. Okay, they are on the show today, and we're going to be talking about the movie itself, and especially we're going to also be talking about what's been happening in their lives. All right, Mark, he's been on this show a couple of times, I think. Wumi, you don't know, but I'm just going to start by introducing Wumi. Wumi, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here.
I am excited over here too. And of course, Mark, the man, welcome to the show today, mate. How are you?
Oh, I think I was on mute. Sorry. How are you, sir?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, nice to see you again. Last time we saw was at the movie premiere in London. So
yes,
yes, and we're going to be talking about your movie premiere, yours and Wumi's movie premiere coming up on the 9th of July. Listen, I'm so excited about this movie. I've seen quite a lot of the trailers. I've seen the cast talk about it. I've seen the promos. I've seen what's going down in Lagos, Nigeria, elsewhere in Nigeria, and I'm really super excited. You know, the only thing I'm actually missing out is I'm not actually on the ground there in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm missing out on that, mate. So, let me start with you. Okay. Where on earth did you decide to say, okay, you met this man called Marc Adebesin, and I decided, all right, come on, we're just going to do this wonderful movie coming up. How did it happen, both of you?
Okay, so filmmaking has been something that, as far as I'm concerned, is in my blood. It's something that I do. I have done this for as long as I can remember. I remember when I was 10-year old, acting, singing, dancing, miming, choreography is what I do. I know how to do very well. So how did I meet Marc now? You know what? When you have like your vision and a dream, if you're like me, you have a vision book and you have those pictures in there. Like, one day I will make a movie. One day I will make a movie. One day I will make a movie. So I attended an award ceremony in 2000. Oh, let's don't get the date wrong, but I attended an award ceremony to receive an award. I don't want to say the wrong thing, and then they crucify me. And in the setting, in the garden, was another female as well who was going to receive an award. And I went to compliment her. Typical me, I loved the dress she was wearing. I was like, your dress is gorgeous. Her name is Kite. And I said, your dress is gorgeous. She's like, I made it. I'm like, wow. So she gave me her details and I checked her out. That's what I do. And I saw the actor and I'm thinking, I looked at her and I'm thinking, actor, how? As in where? So I called her back and said, sorry, I want to ask a question. I saw actor on your profile. What do you mean actor? Just so that I'm clear, I'm not making up stuff. And then she introduced me to the world of Nollywood. And like they say, the rest is history. That is how I met Marc. And during that time, there were lots of movie coming out premiere at the Odeon Cinema. So Marc was like, just come and watch and see what people are doing. And so after having watched a couple of premiere coming up, I said to Marc, I called him and said, I want to make a movie. That's literally what I said to him. I said, I want to make a movie. I don't have a story. I don't have nothing. But I feel in my heart that you are the one. You're the man for the job. I've seen what you've done and I want to work with you. And that's it. That's how the journey started, literally.
That's how the journey started. What a wonderful journey that is. An attempt to that journey. Marc, what did you see in Wumi and that you decided, you know what, this is probably the person I probably would like to work with to come up with this movie that's, flooded with stars, mega stars and all that?
Well, I think the first time I spoke with her, one thing that I think shines across is genuinity. She says it from the heart, and I think having worked with her on this project, I think she also knows that I'm the kind of individual who also don't hold back when I have an opinion.
That's right.
And I say it like it is. I don't.
I know that.
So we got talking, and I had at the point the script of also was being written, and it went through so many iterations, so many changes, and she kept on chasing me like, when is this update going to come out? When is it going to? When are I going to finish? When are I going to finish it? And we, one thing led to the other, but one beautiful thing, I think she's impacted me in so many ways. I think I've also tried my best to impact her.
Yes.
Is when anybody works with me, I carry the person along. I don't hold back on information.
That's right.
Because knowledge needs to be shared. Because you
100%.
never know where this film will take her or where this film will take me. I want a situation where after working on this project, she'll be able to say, Mark, let's do part two, or let's do another one. And one thing has led to the other, and it's been a wonderful journey. I think in terms of all the partners I've had on so many projects, I think the partners I have on Hustle are the most. I'm not saying this because Omowunmi is on this project. I think they have been the most stress-free partners to have.
For real.
Yes. They have been stress-free.
We try.
I'm not saying we don't have. I'm not saying we don't disagree, but
of course,
in filmmaking is a collaborative effort, and
yes,
if you want to get it right, you need to be able to listen, because God created 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that's so you need to listen twice as much as you actually speak. Yes,
that's right.
So
correct.
So I think one thing has really led to the other with myself and Omowunmi, and we've taken ourselves on funny journeys in engaging cast, engaging crews, having setbacks, having actors or crew members that are disappointed at the very last second, and we got through it. And with the result we have, based on the energy and time we invested, I think we've done. If I'm allowed to use that word, God has done it for us.
Yes,
because everybody who sets out to do a film, nobody sets out to do a bad film.
Yes.
No. Everybody wants to do a good film, but you end up with some films that make sense, some that don't make sense. But even at that, there are some films I would watch and say they don't make sense, and some people watch and say, "Oh man, that was a winner." Because I remember, for example, I watched a Yoruba film called Baba Waidi Talongbemu. This was done by Babalati about 18 years ago. And if I sit down and watch that film, I might call it rubbish now, but back then, it's a film I could watch 1,000,000 times, because he said so many funny things in that film that I just laughed my head off. So creativity and filmmaking is relative. I could watch Black Panther and say it's the best in after sliced bread, and somebody else to watch and say it was nonsense. So creativity shouldn't really be criticized, because we all have different target audience that we all try our best to satisfy at any point in time, depending on what platforms you're putting your creative content.
Yeah. Francis, if you are watching, Francis will ask a question. What's the topic of discussion? Topic of discussion today is Nollywood, and especially zooming in on a very exciting movie coming up, July the 9th. It's in all theaters, movie cinemas in Nigeria, 9th of July, and it's called Hustle. Okay, we're going to be showing you a trailer of it. Just stay there and continue watching. And obviously, you stand a chance of winning tickets to this movie, all right, in Nigeria, in this very program today. Okay. Not only that, cash prizes also come up, popcorn, and whatever you want to drink with it. Okay, we're going to chop that in for you. So, Wumi, Mark said something about getting cast, disappointing at the optimal, probably at the 0 hour. And how did you manage to get through all this? I mean, Mark obviously probably knows a thing or two about actors and actresses and their attitude, the way they are, so to say. How was it for you? Especially when you were like probably looking at the cast to fit in into whatever roles you are, and obviously pinning them down.
So because of the kind of person Marc is very detailed. And we have a plan A and we have a plan B. So for every cast that we had ideal, as in this is the person fit for the job, and we also had just in case, because life happens and we know that. And so we have our just in case, life happens, we have our plan B. And thankfully, for every incident that happened that allowed us to move from A to B, we transitioned well. We've engaged them before that time, and everyone we've shown the script, they loved it. Everyone has said, this is a cinema movie. Everyone, there was no person, even people that we just gave to read just to get feedback from. What do you think about the story? Everyone, every single person said, this is, if I was like, I want to be on it, I want to be on it. It was kind of like that. So thankfully, because we had backup plan, we weren't left, out to dry in the real sense of it.
And Wumi, the other thing I wanted to say is, for people watching that don't actually know Wumi's background, Marc, we all know who Marc is. Okay? Wumi is actually a women empowerment coach. Okay, and she's also an author. She's a speaker and a mentor. Okay.
Yes.
Would you say this actually contributed to you and Marc probably convincing some of these top actresses now in Nigeria? I mean, we're talking about Nancy Isime, who is obviously in this movie. We've got Bimbo Ademoye, who is there, and some other top ones. How were you? How did your background relate or help to convincing these characters into coming in to play this role in this movie?
So that's a good question. I think for Marc being on my side, we working together, and track record, because Marc has a track record, a good track record, if I must say as well, that helped. And like I said, for as many crew and cast that we spoke to, especially the cast, like you said, Nancy now, for example, once we got the details and we got the engagement going, read the story, she loved it. So the story is a key part in getting your cast on your side. So once we got the cast, we then had to make sure we got a crew that will manage and work well with the cast, because that was very, very important. We had a talent manager who was helping with managing all our cast to keep them happy, keep them sweet, take care of them and all of that, because we know their time is valuable. We know that they are expensive. Allow me to use that word. They didn't come cheap.
I know. Tell me about it.
I must say that they didn't come cheap. But we wanted a good quality production, that will stand out, and that if you go to the cinema to watch it, it will be time well spent, time well spent. So that's how we engage it. So I was on set. It was very, very intentional for me to be the producer, because I needed to, make sure that everything was working well, and to work alongside Marc as well, to learn the trade. Like I always say, if you want to learn something, they say, follow the wise. You want to be wise, be the wise, be with the wise. Exactly. So this is a mission. This is a path for me. And since I've already started the journey, it only made sense that I become, apart from being part of the EP crew, but also to be a producer, so that I could gain more insight, hands-on, like I like to call myself, into the producing world. So being there, relating to them and talking to them, making sure they were fine, I believe that helped in the journey as well, in making this beautiful production that we've done together.
Wonderful. So, Marc, if you're still there, Marc is still there. So, Marc, my question to you about this is, now we've got Nancy Isime playing the role of Chichi, a woman trying to obviously hustle and do whatever she wanted to do to make in life. And there's so much going on in Nigeria at the moment. There's the issue of the Super TV CEO that met an untimely death in whatever with Chidema, obviously, and this film is actually a film that kind of like give a pointer to the issue of I won't go also amongst, the Nigerian ladies. I haven't got anybody that lives in Abuja. I finished university, but I haven't got I've got parent there. I've not got brother, nephew, family, relative, nothing. But I won't go Abuja. Go also. What can we learn from this movie itself, especially at this time when there's so much happening in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Well, but let's start with what is the perception of the word hustle? Hustle could mean many things to many people.
Yeah.
In depending on the context in which you use it, it could mean you need to push, you need to jostle, you need to be rough, you need to be able to elicit whatever it is you need with forceful action. You need to be able to obtain what you want. We say Nancy Isime hustled money out of men. How did she do it? And that is the perfect definition. And then you have the Nigerian concept of hustle. An armed robber in Nigeria would say, I they go hustle this night too.
Yes, so
the context of the audience you're presenting, because when you go into a cinema, you're legally locked into a binding contract with your viewers for the next hour and a half or two, depending on what your duration of the film is. And you're expected to just sit down there, keep quiet, and whether you enjoy it or not, you've signed a legal binding contract stating that you need to watch that film because you paid for it. So I think one of the core things that you would learn from hustle is, my dad always said one thing when I was growing up. He said, the law of karma. When he sees me doing something, he's always saying the law of karma is going to catch up with you if you continue doing this. And if you watch also, you will find that there is the law of karma that would haunt one of the characters in the film in a way and manner in which he or she never expected, because I don't intend to keep the cat.
No spoilers. Yeah. People must go watch this.
Yeah. So the Nigerian audience are a very chaotic audience. They are very particular. In a way, they have similarities with the British audience. They will carry you to the highest high when they want to praise you, especially someone like Rooney now. He leaves the World Cup, they will carry you to the highest high. And if you caught cheating or doing anything, they will dump him to the
they'll come for him.
Yeah, they will come for you.
That's right.
It is very important to put those things into perspective and into context. So those are some of the things that we did with the film.
So we are going to just take a little break and obviously watch Chichi now, aka Nancy Isime, say something about this movie, and right after that, we're going to take a trailer. All right, we're going to take a trailer of and so that people watching at the moment will see what hustle is all about. Okay, so we're going to take Nancy Isime, aka Chichi, and then obviously take the trailer. And when we come back, we will talk more about this wonderful movie. I'm actually dying to see this movie. Mark, this movie needs to premiere in England, all right?
Well, we're working on that at the moment.
Yeah,
we are working on that.
We're working on it. Yeah, that's what
Good. All right, let's take this break. Let's hear from Chichi and obviously the trailer, and we'll come back to talk more.
Thank you.
Trust me, you don't ever want to be poor.
Hi everyone. So our darling film Hustle is coming to cinemas this July. Get ready and see all details in the caption below. I hope you come out to see this amazing film. We're excited to show you.
I needed to survive, so the hustle began.
This your anaconda.
Always ready, always ready.
Trust me, you don't ever want to be poor. I grew up living large until my father died. Things changed suddenly and I had nothing.
Hello guys, my name is Gabriel Afolayo. This is a kind reminder to you all. On the 9th of July, Hustle is coming out in all cinemas. Please rush out to go see this. It's a great one. So interesting, I promise you. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I can only say wow. All right. Because already I am thinking, I need to watch this movie. And if you're watching out there and you're thinking, oh, go out there on the night. Yeah. Watch this movie. Come back. Thank me later. Okay. All right. So, but if you are still very desperate to watch this film, keep on watching this program. We got two tickets to give out. All right, 2 tickets, and obviously we have cash prizes to go along with that. Okay, so all you need to do is just to as you're watching, don't forget the keywords to win those tickets are hashtag also TWS. Okay, it's going to be on the screens just in a moment. All right. Yeah, if you want to watch it, just as I am desperate to watch it, keep watching this program, and you would obviously, if you're lucky, you get to win a ticket. Wumi,
Yes.
I look at that, and I can see there's so much work going into that, because there's some movies you see nowadays, even Nollywood movies. You see the trailer, and you're like, I bet I know what's going on there. But with this one, you're like probably thinking, oh my God, what's going to go on? Nancy, what's she doing there? Gabriel, what's she doing there? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Writing this, getting this story together.
Yes.
What were the challenges you actually faced? I mean, we talked about getting the cast together and what have you. What other challenges did you encounter? Especially that fact that you're based there, to travel to Nigeria, obviously, to get everything set, and obviously have to come back and obviously do the post-production and what have you and all. What kind of challenges did you face?
Okay, interesting question, because I was speaking with Marc about that, about the challenges. We were talking about that. And about 3 things stood out. The challenges major that I will, we talk about Nigerian weather. We had some rainy days. We had some rainy days that we had to shoot, and we had to wait,
Wow.
And talk about crew as well. We had some crew let us down. After you've prepared everything, you've layered, you've spoken with this person, everything is on point. And then at the last, just as we're about to say, okay, let's go to next, oh no, they dropped out. Just like that.
Wow.
I never knew things like that could happen, because where I come from, you don't do that. But apparently in Nigeria, it's a regular thing. So we had some crew let us down, but thankfully, because of our backup plan and good network, and because, like I said, I have Marc here with me, we were able to recover as quickly as we could based on the circumstance that we found ourselves in. And that also affected our location as well. So the places that, we've gotten the location for you, all done, all sorted. Only for us to get there, we got to Nigeria and realized we had to start looking for locations. Literally, I'm not joking, literally jumping from one thing, having to speak to people, beg people, I became all and all.
Wow.
So yeah, those stood out to me. And again, we had a cast as well that I'm not going to mention his name, but I was really looking forward to seeing him. He's kind of like top on my list of actors. Even my husband was like, oh, finally you get your wish. But no, I didn't. He dropped out. And so we had to use someone else who did in fact, I think it was a blessing in disguise. Allow me to use that word. This is a case whereby I would say it was a blessing in disguise without a shadow of doubt. So everyone worked well. So the team that made this production, that made Hustle, was meant to be. Those were the people who were supposed to be in the production crew and cast for Hustle. I couldn't have asked for anybody different. It was just meant to be.
Despite all these challenges that you've obviously mentioned, would that discourage you probably going forward to think you're probably doing another investing, so to say, in another project like this, especially when it comes to the Nigerian public?
No, I won't. Now I'm stronger, wiser, better, smarter. I know what not to do anymore again. I've learned along the way. So if nothing else, I know what to do better. That's what I would say. So I know how to handle situations better, circumstances. I know lingua, you know, when people in Nigeria, they say they want to, I'm trying to use the word they use. Oh, how do you say? They want to use your head. my head cannot be used anymore. I know how to get things done. No, because a lot of that was happening, which was, like I said, from here, we don't do that. We don't use people's head. We are honest, open, we have a conversation, we negotiate, you understand, and we get on with it. But the Nigerian market is a very, very interesting market. Everybody wants to use you. Nobody wants, it's like people think, we are all together, and yes, we are all together, but you don't want to cheat people. You want an honest job, an honest day's job, do the work, you will get compensated, so, but yeah, I will still do it again, but better this time, much more better, without a shadow of doubt.
And Mark, we're seeing the trailer just there. We're seeing people like Jim Iyke, we're seeing Femi Branch, Gabriel, obviously, Nancy, and yeah. It's kind of very interesting. I know this is probably a trade secret. I don't want to be asking you, how did you manage to convince all these guys to come in and feature in this kind of movie? How do you guys do it as directors? I mean, does it take years for you to convince them to come in and into your project?
I think your story is quite critical in a decision-making process, because the next project, as an example that I want to go and shoot, there is a named actor I would love to use, but unfortunately he read a part and he said, "Oh, I can't do that part." I said, "Why?" He said, and I quote, "I can't do that part because it's going to let my fans look at me negatively." So wow. The first point of call really for most of this cast, especially the A-listers, majority of them do have managers who do manage them now. When you send off a script to their management team, they would read the script. And when they do read the script, they will come back with a yay or a nay, whether or not they'll be going ahead. Yes. I think that was the first time a cast would say he's not doing a role. It was a shocker, and when I spoke, a bit more with the management, they said, and I quote, his fans admire him and adore him. If he does a so-called negative role, he would not be seen in that light anymore. So it's almost like the way you paint a picture to your fans has this way of embodying what people now see. So that was a bit of a shocker, because coming from the creative perspective, I would say an actor should also be able to play either the Christ or the devil in
exactly.
That's why if you look at some actors, they've got what you call range. There are quite a few actors that I've worked with in my time where you would just seeing them play different roles, you would find out this guy has got range. It could get very complicated.
But does that not limit the versatility of that particular actor and actress when they decide, or I just want to be a comedian or what have you?
No, not necessarily, and I'll explain. Now, some of these guys don't do acting 9 to 5. This particular individual. This was the first character I've ever had to engage that I said he wouldn't be doing it for commercial reasons, because it will damage his reputations with his fans. His main source of income is, he earns money, let me put it like that, from another source. Because once I mention where he earns his money, you'll be able to add one I want to get, and I wouldn't want to do that.
Okay.
So he's doing fine financially, and I think the minute he said, and I quote, "I'm not going to be coming on board," it was a bit of a shocker to me. So So once the management team, once they read your script, they are most likely going to tell you yes if they like the script and their talent wants to come on board. And once that talent comes on board, you now be able to negotiate fees and all that. And there are some talents that would want to read the script and not just leave that sole decision to the management team. So when the management team read it, they will say, we don't like it, and they chuck it out in the bin and say their talent is not interested. But most of the time, they will say they're interested, and then you take it to the next level, and the talent ends up reading that and say, okay, this is a role I think I'll be able to kill. And, some of the core questions they will come back with to ask you is, what other actors or actresses will I be working with? Who is directing? Who's producing? What type of platforms are you taking this production to? Are you submitting for film festivals? Those are the core questions that they end up asking.
And Wunmi, I saw one or two people, obviously from England here, feature on the film, especially Kelechi. Everybody, we all know Kelechi of the Arsenal Fan TV. So how was he convincing someone like that? Obviously, every time I see him on Arsenal Fan TV, first thing I do is just laugh. He's just laugh. Asking me a question. The first thing he does is sing one Nigerian song, goes down his heel, and how was he convincing someone like that to feature on this kind of film, especially with how busy he is doing scheduling stuff and all? Yeah, scheduling.
Yeah. I think for Omowunmi, over to you. Use question.
That's what we.
Yes. Thank God for Marc. Like I said, Marc has a network of people, so when we finished what we were doing in Nigeria and we came back and we looked at what we've done, we knew that we still had some scenes that had not been completed. And we had a picture of who we wanted to, sit on that role. And so we're juggling names of people, suitable people that we felt will suit that, since we couldn't do it in Nigeria. And I don't know Kelechi. I've never met him before. In fact, I'm not a football person all like that. If nothing else, Arsenal, I don't even know anything about Arsenal. If you say Manchester then I could say I know something. But Marc said you need to check out Kelechi's profile. He fits the person that we are trying to get. So look at it and let me know. So he sent me his Instagram account. I checked his profile out. And again, because we have like a character card for each person, truly Marc was right. He was a right fit. That's the word to use. It was a right fit for the role. So so we engaged him. And thankfully, he came. He was happy to come. He came with his lovely, how do you say it? The wand. Exactly, the wand. So he came. Very pleasant man, I must say. Very pleasant. And so, he worked with us as much as we could. I think we even delayed him at some point in time, but he was very kind with us. And he stayed and completed and he left. So we are grateful to have him. We were grateful to have him on board.
Marc, the last time we had you on this show, we talked about Nollywood and where Nollywood was going, and since that time, I must say Nollywood has steadily progressed. You see Netflix as a streaming platform nowadays. There's no day you don't see, no month you don't see at least 2, 3, 4 Nollywood movies coming in there. Is that a sign of acceptability that they now know that, listen, without Nollywood, we probably cannot thrive?
Okay, let me look at this from the analysis point of view. I'm just going to use figures for the sake of figures. That would help anybody listening to this conversation to put it into perspective. Now, you buy a film like Equalizer, there's a Washington film. You buy that film. I'm talking if you're Netflix now. You purchase that film from the producer, and you have a 2-year lease, which is a non-exclusive deal, meaning that other platforms can also show that title. Now, when you buy this film, Netflix will look at the statistics of people who watch that film in 2 years. So they will concentrate more on the people that watch it in the first quarter, which is the first 3 months that film is released. Now, let's say for argument's sake or for figure's sake, they get an average of maybe 100,000 people watching that film. Or let's 100,000 people watching that film in the first 3 months. And they would calculate how much they have spent to purchase and acquire that title. Let's say for the argument's sake, they paid $1 million. Yeah, just for the sake of argument. I don't know how much Netflix paid. So please nobody should quote me here. Now you buy a title like King of Boys, or you buy Alakada. And this is no disrespect to Nollywood filmmakers. Now you buy a title like that at maybe $50,000. And then you have people that have watched that title are almost doubling people that have watched The Equalizer. You now say, okay, it's like buying bread from Yanosimo and then buying bread from Yakafumi. And you find that it's the same bread you are buying for different types of audiences, but the one that you're buying from Yanosimo is cheaper. And the people that are watching and that are purchasing that bread from you, your percentage profit is higher in terms of the markup. So the minute they did that with the first couple of films, I think Wedding Party was one of the first few films that premiered.
Yes, that's right.
Then they went ahead to do Lionheart and the likes of them.
Yes.
And then you had the likes of Oloture, which was the second Netflix original. So we have gradually progressed, and we've been able to tell the international audience, or should I say the international platforms out there, that we are a force to reckon with. We have the numbers, we have the volumes, we have the talent as well. Now, at the moment, the financial capability is, I wouldn't say is where we want it to be. And I will also say our distribution avenues and distribution channels are still not where we would love to be, because if you do a film now, you've got the likes of Netflix, African Magic, Iroko, and you might end up
Amazon
with Amazon
as well. Yes,
Amazon, maybe a couple of American channels that would end up buying it. And you now ask yourself, you barely have 2 handfuls of potential buyers of your content. And if you look at that, you would find that you now start asking yourself, is it really worth it? Because you would have loved the situation where you can produce one film and sell it to 50 platforms.
Yes.
That way you'll be able to put in a bit more effort to try and get the required quality, because a lot of people have complained. I've had a couple of young ones who have approached me and said, Mr. Mark, why can't you do a film like Wakanda? Do Black Panther for us now, something like that. My reply to them was, the budget the director used to fly to South Africa just to go and do the sound and travel back. The type of budget I used to shoot a full film.
That's right.
So the budget is still a big issue. But we thank God for grace. We have a couple of film producers who are excelling in that department. You have Afolayan, you have Muabudu, you have the legendary Ayomaku AY.
Yes.
They're excelling in that department, and they're doing us proud.
Yes.
You will find out that, if I do a film of 1 naira, they can do a film of 20 naira. So and they make impact, when it comes to box office in the cinema. So we are getting there. We also do not have enough cinemas in Nigeria. We barely have about 45 cinemas in Nigeria, where you have a population of about 200 million people.
That's right.
I mean, there's a big disparity to that. So we still have a lot of work to do, and to build a international standard cinema in any part of the world will cost you an average of $200,000. To have the appropriate seats, the appropriate IMAX screen, where you have your 5.1 digital doubling sound, It's and then your 3D screen. It's a lot of money. And then in Nigeria, you have all sorts of complexity, because in Nigeria, it's not just you having the money to say, okay, Mark, okay, I have the 200,000. This is the 200,000. It goes way more than that. You have to talk
yes,
to talk to
so that they won't use your, like Omowunmi said.
Yes. You might end up going to Abuja, and even the 200,000 will just go and they use your head.
Yes, so
yeah,
there are a lot of add-ons.
Yeah. So you need to be connected.
That's the word, add-ons.
Yeah. So there's a lot of value add that we're trying to bring into the industry. I remembered when I paid a visit to the Nigerian embassy about 2.5 years back. I went with the contingency. I think we won. I think I won a couple of awards, and they invited all the awardees to the Nigerian embassy. And there was the ambassador, the Nigerian ambassador at the time, read a statement to us, and he was quoting figures of how much in terms of the revenue that Nollywood as an industry has generated. And I allowed him to finish his speech, and I asked him a question. He said he opened, and I asked the question. I said, "What is he doing to help the industry here in UK?" And his reply was, "But you people are making money now. Look at the figures I quoted that you people are making." And I'm like, no. It's not that. It's way more than that, because
that's right.
It depends on the optics, or should I say the perspective at which you look at the revenue generation scheme for Nollywood films.
That's right.
It's a tough industry. If you're going to take your film to the cinemas, you're expected to promote that film as a mandatory exercise.
Yes.
You're expected to get licenses from the Film Censors Board.
That's right.
And you also need to be a member of either the Producers Guild, the Directors Guild,
that's right,
or one association or the other for you to get your license.
That's right.
Acquired in Nigeria, because they are changing things. 2 years ago, when I took my film to the cinema, they didn't ask all these questions. But now, you take your film to the cinema, you have to be a member of that association.
That's right.
You need to be vetted by them.
Yes.
You need to pay their dues. And some of them, we will tell you have to pay before we vet you or even fill the form. And you start to ask yourself, I have to pay first before I get the application sent off. And I'm
like,
Nigeria, we are a complex and chaotic country, but you still just can't change Nigeria for anything.
No.
If you come out of Nigeria, I remember when Burna Boy won his award, the Grammy Award. He's won so many awards, but I think the Grammy Award stood out. And he said, and I quote, "It's extremely challenging to come out of a country like Nigeria and for you to attain what he has attained." I remember 2 years ago, I was speaking to an Egbo in the industry here in UK, and I said to that Egbo, I said, this guy is going to win an award. And I compared him to the legendary Fela Anikulapo Kuti, God bless him. And honestly, the reply I got from that Egbo was, "Mark, don't say that in public." I said, "But it's my own personal opinion. I think I'm entitled to it." And I would say there are quite a number of producers and directors that have done us proud in Nollywood as a whole. And I think Burna Boy as well, he's also done us extremely proud. I'm very, very proud for what he has achieved, for the industry, for the people of Africa. And I think there's still more to come from him. He is an epitome of arguably one of the most versatile artists that we have out there. Put him into singing gospel, hip hop, R&B. The guy would kill it. He's legendary, and I've heard people have arguments with me regarding.
Mark, hope you're not trying to tell us something now that we should watch out for you directing Burna Boy at some point in a movie.
I wish I could say for Burna Boy. Funny enough, I would love to have him on board. To be honest, for me. I'm a big fan. I remember when his ticket came out for August, because he's having a show 27th of August here in UK. Roughly 9 o'clock, I got an alert, and I looked at the price list. It was £40, £50, £60, £70, £80, £120. I was like, oh, I'll get it in the next couple of hours. I'm busy. Literally, that I was going to regret it.
You deceive yourself.
I ended up buying £80 tickets just 4 hours after.
Wow.
It was then it dawned on me that this is not just Burna Boy of Africa.
That's right.
Won Grammy. He's now Burna Boy of the world.
That's it. Global.
He's cut across the whole charade of entertainment. I remember about a week or two ago, I was watching I can't remember the name of the film, and Idris Elba film. He was the lead actor in that film, and the opening intro was a Fela Anikulapo beat.
Yes,
and I was like,
yes. This one coming up on
Netflix.
Yeah, the one coming up on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very proud of where we've been and where we are going. My prayer is that the vision and our culture and our tradition shouldn't get lost, because we are very unique people in our own way. We try and dilute that authenticity. I remembered, like my next film, I sent a collage of what the costume would look like to a few people. I think Omowunmi is one of them. I said, this is very Africano. I said, yes, so we need to start representing Africa.
That's it.
Yes. So we are doing well. We are doing well.
Yeah.
Omowunmi, where do you see this movie going? I mean, where do you see this movie in the next 1 year? Are we going to be sitting back and probably watching it on Netflix or Amazon at some point? Is the movie going to be like a movie that would open doors to probably a part 2, part 3, and all of that? Personally, where do you see it go?
Yeah, so definitely we have plans for Hustle. At the moment, we've sent it to Netflix, and I'm very excited about that. It's already gone. It's gone to Netflix right now through the approval process. So we are hopeful, very hopeful for positive news, positive feedback, because it's a movie that I believe that everyone needs to see. Like I said, we have amazing cast and we've put in a lot of effort to make sure that it's worthwhile. So in terms of other places, yes, we have the UK. The UK market they will not forgive us. So obviously we have COVID restrictions right now still in place. Let me finish, please don't start jubilating yet. We are very hopeful. Honestly, we are very hopeful. You know how it is here. You're here with us, so you know what I mean. So we are hopeful that the cinemas will be back, because if there's COVID restrictions, then you need to look at it from a financial point of view as well, for people coming in, the capacity and all of that. But we are hopeful for a UK release. We are hopeful for a Cameroon release as well, because we have Cameroon cast as well. Nice. So we do have our lovely EP, one of the EPs, Rosaline, who is a giant in Cameroon, who will be helping with opening Genesis in Cameroon. So we are hopeful for that as well. And yes, those are our lineup at the moment that I can share.
Quickly, let me take another message from another of your cast. Somebody I actually really like, this guy, Wole Arole. All right, let's just take that now. I will come back.
Okay.
My name is Wole. Complete here. Arole the Prophet. On the 9th of July. A movie I featured in is coming out. Osu. Oh, ni Osu last. Go watch. It's coming to the cinema. It's more endorse here. Or no endorse here. God bless you. Stay blessed.
Trust me, you don't ever want to be poor.
When it comes to money or business, you can talk figures.
Hello guys, what's up? How you doing? Guess what? The movie Hustle is going to be in the cinemas from the 9th of July. Hustle. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be seeing the hype here and there. So set the date, fix it in your calendar. It's the 9th of July. Hustle will be in the cinemas, and I'm hoping to see quite a lot of you guys, you my fans there and everything. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the cinema. Okay, you're going to love this one. It's called Hustle. All right, so watch out for it. Bless.
Well, you've heard it all from Wole Arole, the prophet, and Femi Branch. So, just get yourself to Marc and Wumi.
Yes,
where are the cinemas that people should be going for these movies? For this movie?
Yes, we're planning a meet and greet for some of the cast. At the moment, we're supposed to get in some of the dates this week from some of the cast to let us know specific cinemas that they'll be going to. Because as it stands, some of them are working.
Yes.
It will have been a brilliant idea to actually do a proper premiere, but it's not possible for now.
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah. So, but definitely, before the end of this week, we'll be announcing the dates that they will be available on social media.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. If you're watching, follow the Way Show on Instagram. We'll also be sharing that with you.
Yeah.
And don't also forget to follow also the movie, and you can get all these details in there. Okay. Like I said, follow us, and we'll be sharing all these details with you guys, so you can get to meet some of these brilliant actors and actresses. Again, I'm still saying it that you people now do partial, now for doing fear first before now carry and go Lagos. But as I know,
we wanted to do that. That was the plan.
That was the plan. That's what I'm saying. COVID, yes.
Yeah,
we've not been. Yeah.
It's
COVID restrictions are really, because if you take a cinema now.
Mm.
You will only be allowed to fill the hall to have capacity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not worth. It doesn't make commercial sense
at all.
On my schedule, man. On the 9th, which I did do on the 9th. I think quickly fly, go Nigeria, come back home for this movie.
You're not the only one. Trust me, you're not the only one thinking that. I just finished on a show before I came in here, and I was telling my co-host OG. I said, do you remember Renter Ghost? He was like, I said, I wish right now I can be Renter Ghost. I would just do like this. I'm there, finish, and I'm back, as in like I never left.
Exactly. All right, guys, it's time for you that you've been watching us to win some. So to win those tickets. So like I said, we've got tickets to win on this show, and use the hashtag also TWS to win one ticket. You win a ticket and with cash prize of 5,000 naira. I was about saying 5,000 pounds there. Hey, 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira. One ticket. First prize, one ticket. First prize, a ticket and 5,000 naira. Second prize is a ticket and 2,500 naira. And then the third prize is 2,500 naira. Okay. So it's not time, all right, for you to win. So Yomi, when you're ready, let's go for it. So that some lucky people can just go out there and watch this wonderful movie. For those of us that cannot watch at the moment, we just sit back until we see
very soon.
But what's that going on in the background, and Yomi is getting it ready. I think we're just about doing that now.
The draw.
With us. We're just about doing the draw now, guys. So if you're watching from Nigeria, before that, while that's going on, I just need to read some of the comments we've had today from people.
Okay.
Jibola Salami says, it's a very great show this is. House of Cleopatra says, congratulations, guys. That's to you, Omowunmi and Mark, for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Francis said, it's not easy at all. Kudos, guys. Well, obviously, because you mentioned all the challenges you had to go through. Abby
Thank you.
Oloyede says, congrats to you.
Ah.
So, yeah, congrats.
Thank you, Ma.
Toby Lola has also said something. Ayobami Omogun said, can't wait to see the movie. Jasmine also said, I am desperate too. Somebody said, can a ticket 1 year be used in the UK? Olajuwon said that.
Oh,
no,
Jay,
you can't. So you'll have to wait for the UK one. You have to wait for the UK one. All right. Hopefully we get Omowunmi and Mark back, and maybe we'll be able to persuade them to part with some UK tickets. You know, but we see to that. Olaritsi said, more strength to your elbows, guys. So you know, quite a lot of people have made comments on the show today. Most of them saying they can't wait, you know, for the show. For this movie to come. And Adebayo Adedapo said, nice one, guys. I'm glad to be the DP. Okay.
That's our DOP, Director of Photography. Oh, thank you. That's Mr.
View. Thank you, Bayo. Thank you for
How
that.
does he have time? I think he just left it. That guy is always busy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It shows how important you guys are.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Bayo, for that. Unfortunately, Bayo cannot win a ticket. Yomi, when you're ready, yeah, we can go for it. So at the first prize, we're going for the first prize now.
Okay.
Winner
Osinachi.
Awoide. Osinachi. Osinachi, if you're in Nigeria and you're in Lagos or wherever, you've won yourself a ticket to watch this show, and apart from that, you're also going to get 5,000 naira to buy your popcorn and obviously a drink of your choice. So that's the first prize winner, Osinachi. Osinachi, thank you so much for participating, and please stay on, and we'll be chatting with you later today, and to get the prize to you. All right. Yeah, if you're ready for the second person. And whilst we're doing that, Ayobami said, Mr. Wole, they come Nigeria, come watch us. They come. So the second prize now is Ayobami goes the second one second prize. So you are going home today with a ticket to watch also, and obviously 2,500 naira. Thank you for joining the show. That's our second winner, and don't forget to stay on, and we will be getting in touch with you so we know how to get those prizes to you. So we're ready for the third prize winner. That's for 2,500 naira. I'm not sure now if that's been enough for you to buy a ticket for the show, for the movie. I keep saying show for the movie. Jasmine Tobiloba. Jasmine Tobiloba. You've won for yourself 2,500 naira to either buy a ticket, or it's Jasmine. If Jasmine is in Nigeria, yeah, you've won that to go watch a movie. If you're in London, if you're in England or the UK. Yes, but no, but yeah, whatever. So anyway, thank you to all our three winners, Osinachi, Ayobami, and Jasmine, and thank you for joining us on the show. You get to see this movie, okay? When you see this movie, try as much as possible to come back on this show and tell us about it, okay? We'll hear what you saw. We also want to know what the environment was. And if you take pictures with some of these actors, be sure to also tag us in. All right.
Yes, please.
On our Instagram pages. So congratulations to all of you once again. Marc, Omowunmi, you go for the movie also.
I'm excited.
So, you're excited. And what do you say to those people? Omowunmi, let me take you first. What do you say to those people that want the tickets today?
Oh, congratulations. Definitely. You are in for a treat. You are in for a time of fun. We have lots of comic in there. Our marvelous Wole will entertain you. Chief Femi Branch will entertain you. And we have serious suspense as well and thriller because you don't know what's going to happen next. You think you know, but it's not what it looks like. Yeah, so it's really the smart gets con and am I saying it right, Marc? The con gets smart and the smarter get con, or whatever it is. That is really what is happening. Yeah. Okay, the other way around. There you go. Director knows better. So yeah, the con gets smart, the smarter gets conned. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's what you're in for. So.
Yeah. So thank you for that. And again, don't forget. Also comes up 9th of July. Okay. And please follow if you're on Instagram, follow also the movie on Instagram.
Yes.
And obviously the Way Show also on Instagram will update you with whatever you need to know about this wonderful movie. Okay, coming up. Francis says congrats to you. Can't wait for the movie. Well done, guys. So people just saying well done to all of you. Olajuwon said we will not also in vain Lórúkọ Jésù, just like Wole and Yomi said. OJ, thanks for that, mate. And House of Cleopatra says congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much for that. It's been a wonderful time with you two guys. Thank you for coming on the show. I know you guys both are extremely busy individuals. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you, and please, we want to see also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can't wait for what else is coming up. All right, so keeping at it. All right, and hopefully we'll get more when it's time. For the next state or next project, we'll also be here to talk about it. So
awesome.
Thank you, Omowunmi, for coming, and to Marc.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming on the show. All right. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So thank you. So that's our show. That's our show today. Thank you so much for everyone for coming on the show. To all our winners, please stay put, and we'll try and get in touch with you so we can arrange out to get your tickets and also your cash prizes to you. Okay. Yeah, that's what we need to do too. So Osinachi, Ayo, Bami, and Jasmine, please stay put, and we will, once we round up, we'll get in touch with you to get all the details and know how to send your tickets and your money to you. Thank you to everyone that's come up on the show today. Too numerous to mention all your names, but thank you. And if you do, and you actually did enjoy the show today, make sure you come and watch us again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show. Tick the notification bell whenever we put on a new episode. You'll be obviously first to know. Jasmine just said, "Yay, awesome! I'm so happy. Thank you so much." And she said, she said, "Na Naija deal." Oh, good for you, Jasmine. So we'll just stay on there. And to Ayobami also said, "Wow, thanks, guys. I love you guys. God bless you and more grace." Thank you. Say amen to that, Ayobami. Sandra Sylvester, thank you so much for all you've been doing for us. She said, "Awesome show today. Well done, guys." Thank you. So don't forget to subscribe to us. It's The Way Show. My name is Wole, and special thanks to my friend, co-host, and also producer, Yomi Omogbeja, thank you for everything. And also thank you to Omowunmi Olunloyo for coming on the show, and to Marc Adebesin, and to all the cast. We wish you all the very best for this movie. Until I see you soon again, my name remains Wole, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful week ahead. All right? Bye-bye.
I grew up knowing what it means to be rich or poor. Trust me, you don't ever want to be poor.
When it comes to money or business, you talk figures.
I'm so sorry.
Now I am living the so-called Nigerian dream, hustling my way to the top, knowing one day I would not need to hustle to earn a living. You see, I grew up living large until my father died. Things changed suddenly and I had nothing. I needed to survive, so the hustle began.
This your anaconda.
Always ready, always ready. Shabalist.
Well, at least now you know who's more important, huh?
You talk to Patel like Get hold of yourself. Who said I don't like her? She's pretty now.
Huh? Mommy.
I don't like her.
You must sleep with him.
And this is how it began.
I said, come the fuck out. I put food on your table. I put food on their own table.
Oh, Benny. Then take free kick entire family. Fuck them all. Can't use leg over begin share the video you don't want me people to see. You get it? Your name, your gym franchise, everything.
I am the lead of this operation. Either you make me happy or what?
They disrespected me. And I don't play that game. I invented it.
So this game officially just started.
How am I supposed to get 10 million from?
I apologize for the inconveniences.
Oh, look.
I'm so happy.